Welcome back to Moonshine Performance. Today I'm just going to go ahead and make a video about what's going on in the garage today, I guess. We've got a spare case right here for the tranny. Brett already got all that torn apart. I'm probably not going to touch most of that today because that's more his department. I'm still learning on those. But I'm going to go ahead and clean that case up. I think we're going to leave it bare aluminum if I can get it to clean up. I'm not sure how I'm going to clean it up yet. But the reason we have to straighten it out is because trans brake, as you can see, there's threads missing right there. Where the trans brake threads in, and these look much nicer once they're clean, obviously. But those look much nicer. And I mean, a tap for that thing is like 50 bucks, and you have to fill it with weld, and it probably wouldn't be straight, and it probably wouldn't be the right depth. So we got a spare case. All we're gonna need is a gasket kit, and we got that coming in the mail. We're gonna go ahead and just switch over the cases. So it's pretty much the same case. I got to cut these tabs off today. I'll probably see it'll look like that almost. Do that, and then I also have to weld in a wideband O2 sensor thing. See if I can find it. It's over here. Weld in bungs for our AFR gauge. That way we can tune this thing a little bit better. And here are the bungs, and they'll fit that part right there. Will fit right into that, and I'm just going to go ahead and wash in there. It's stainless steel. I'm going to go ahead and wash around that and weld it up. I might have to waller that out a little bit so that fits better. But I'll be working on that. I also have to get a shipping quote for a boat motor that we bought and we're selling on eBay. But I'm just going to record what I'm working on today. We got a big block over there. We might get it bored, put it in cam bearings and freeze plugs, and clean it up and sell it as a ready-to-assemble block. So we're just working today. Okay, this is what I came up with to weigh this thing. So we got a regular household scale, and I just put a board on there and zeroed it out, and then put this thing up on there, and it's coming to 63 pounds, but we're gonna call it 70, just to make sure that, you know, it could be heavier, it could be lighter, but it's always good to overshoot. That way you're never short on money. So this is the motor right here. I just dragged it out of the house, but so we're gonna call it 70 pounds. I'll probably stand on it and hold it as well, and then subtract my weight away, just to get another idea too. But we'll call it 70 for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the dimensions. I don't know if the guy wants to stand with it either, or if he just wants the motor. It'll help a lot if it's just a motor. That way we don't have to somehow put the stand in the box with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, I got this thing all wallered out here, and it's kind of tight, which is pretty nice for what I'm trying to do. But there's going to be a gap on either side, obviously, because it's an exhaust pipe, so there's a radius here, rather than just being flat like that. We do have another set of bungs, but they're very long in that aspect, and we're just going to use the ones that came with the kit. But I'm going to go ahead and I've got it all cleaned. I'm probably going to give it another wipe down with acetone, and I'm going to leave this cap in here, plug, and I'm going to go ahead and tag it and weld her up. Hopefully it comes out all right. Alright, here's the product of this. I guess we still haven't figured out the trick to welding stainless, but it'll hold. It's as good as it's going to get without paying anybody else to do it. So I'm going to hit it with a wire wheel and see if I can get it to clean up a little bit. But man, I don't know. It doesn't weld like regular steel, and obviously it doesn't weld like aluminum. But at least it'll hold. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other one now, and we'll move on. Alright, here's the second weld. This one, I don't know if you'd call that better or what, but it works. We'll call it that. We'll say that it works. I'm going to go ahead and throw these headers on the car, and I think we're going to go ahead and double up the gasket here. But yeah, I'm going to get the headers on the car, and I'm going to start threading some AFR stuff in. Alright, I forgot to record a little bit, but I've got both headers on. I got that other header recorded, but we got the O2 sensors in there and on that side. And I just worked on getting this thing wired. It came with a what is that? A cigarette lighter thing right here, and so I snipped it, and I just wired it into ignition here. So that red wire right there is our ignition wire. Well, actually, it's power to the delay box. That's not ignition. Never mind. I used power to the delay box because whenever the power from the back is on, so whenever the battery's on, the delay box is on. So that's kind of how I wanted it to be. I was trying to find something where you didn't have to flip a switch, it would just always be on. And then I took, this is the cable to the meter thing, and then I just also took ground off that and brought it into light ground, so that's grounded and we got power for it. So I'm kind of just playing with this now. This gray wire right here, it leads to there. That'll be plugged into an O2 sensor, and then another one will go in there on the other side. But this thing, I don't really know how to use it yet, but turns on, and then I guess you can do advanced options or you can choose to read it. And then we have two, so we'll do dual, and then I would rather do average. It's not like we can choose what port, we're not port injected, so it's not like we can choose how much fuel goes where. Once it's in through the carburetor, it's off on its own, so we're going to go ahead and average both sides together, and then it'll say warming up. I guess it warms up the O2 sensor. I believe that's what I read, but I got to do a little bit more reading on it. This thing's pretty cool though. We picked it up off a Summit. I'm going to go ahead and run all these wires back. We're probably going to mount it to the firewall on the back side. That way we can read it from the outside of the car. So like if we're at the drag strip, we're not having to get in the car to read back at what was happening throughout that pass, because this is a data recorder as well. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get everything routed. Got her all mounted. Best place I could find is behind the firewall, because I don't really want to sit inside the car and look through this thing. It's easier if you, and the reason it's not mounted straight is because that's kind of a hard angle. Believe it or not, it's easier to look kind of like I am right now. And so it's easier to do like that, and then you could just arrow up and switch through all your stuff like that. But I just have all these wires ran through. It looks like a big old jumbled up mess down there because it is. I'm going to tidy those up after we move the motor back. We still have that far to go before we move it back once we get the tranny back in and get the converter here. But I took that cable and ran it right next to the mid plate, or the mid plate back here, and it goes down and next to the motor, and then up and right up there. So this turns on when you turn power on, and from there you can go ahead and, I can't really read it. You can go ahead and start tuning. We'll do dual mode. I've already went through this, but it'll actually warm up the O2 sensors. So I was right from earlier. After a while, I mean, these things get hot. I mean, really hot to the touch, honestly. So I'm not going to sit here and keep touching it, but these things do get really hot to the touch. But right now I'm working on, let's see if I can turn this off. Whatever. I'll just kill it back here. Anyway, right now I'm working on getting this tranny clean. I think I was hitting it with the drill and a wire brush, and I was worried that it was going to scratch it and put a whole bunch of marks in it, but it's not doing absolutely anything to it, and it's coming out pretty nice compared to the rest of the tranny. So I'm going to get what we call the man-eater on the angle grinder here and douse it in diesel fuel and go through and get her all cleaned up. That way we're going to leave it bare too, because as you can see, this case has seen better days. There's a chunk missing there. It's cracked in like 3 places around the bell housing. But there's chips. I mean, we painted this when we put it in there, but there's chips all over it just from banging around and walking over it. And yeah, so we're going to leave it bare so we avoid that. It's next day here, and I was doing some scrubbing last night on this case here, and Brett was working on getting everything ready, getting that case ready to put back together. He said you got to do some drilling. I'm not quite sure exactly what all has to be done. That's his area of expertise, and I'm not able to learn it because our schedules aren't lining up this week, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll do another one in some time in the near future, and I can learn about it. But he's got to do some drilling, make holes, get a couple holes bigger, and then he's got to do something with the clutches. I have no idea. So he's been working on that, and I'm just kind of getting it ready for him. That way he can get it done. And we're waiting on a gasket kit too for it. We've got 2 of them coming, one from O'Reilly's and one from eBay. Figure we may as well have an extra one because we're going to build another one sometime. But the converter for this thing is actually coming in tomorrow. Not that we'll need it tomorrow, but it's coming tomorrow, which is good to have it ready to go once we do get the tranny done. We hope to have this thing put back together and ready to start tuning by Monday, because this following Friday we're going racing. It is Wednesday right now, So we've got until Monday to get all the work done on it, and then we can tune it throughout that whole week. And hopefully we don't really need like accelerator pump cams or stuff like that, because if we do, we'll have to go to Winter Circle because we won't get them in time if we order them. So we've kind of prepared. We bought a couple extra squirters, and we've got some more air bleeds and stuff like that to tune this thing. So it's really not even worth going racing with the same car. I mean, we've got the new converter, obviously, but with the same carburetor setup because of the bog and everything like that until we know that it's ready to go. So if for some reason we don't make it, we're just going to wait another week. But our plan is to go racing Friday. Not this Friday, it's Wednesday now, but next Friday. And I'm uploading this the same day, so it'll be uploaded Wednesday. But that's kind of what we're working on now. Like I said, I've got to get this thing packaged. I forgot to do it yesterday. Well, I didn't forget, I just didn't have time. I didn't do it yesterday. We got a shipping quote from Fastenal, and the guy is still okay with it. He still wants it. So that's what we're working on. I'll probably make another video sometime soon. Also, we've got a video of a 327 coming out. I still have to edit. We got that delivered to the guy, and he was very happy, very pleased with it. So that's about all we have for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.